The first ever message ever sent using the earliest form of the internet was in 1969. UCLA computer scientists tried to transmit the word login to other researchers in Stanford's Research Institute. They failed, admittedly, and decided to shorten it to LO because the early version of what we know as the internet was too weak to take the full word at the time. Now, almost 55 years later, the internet is one of humanity's main methods of forming social connections from long distances. However, as time went by, the internet became lonelier and lonelier, going from a place of connection to a place of content consumption and consumerism. People have become lonelier than ever globally, and on the internet, this loneliness epidemic has led to notably dangerous consequences for the long term. And in this two-part video essay, I want to do a deep dive into this new phenomenon together. Welcome to PsyPop! Loneliness is defined as an unpleasant emotional response to perceived isolation, or alternatively, a psychological mechanism which motivates individuals to seek social connections. Suffice to say, loneliness is that silent shadow looming over a lot of people, especially in this day and age, it seems. Now, it's important to have people to rely on. We can't tackle everything ourselves, after all. So we seek community and socialization out. Without it, it can have negative effects on our physical and our mental health overall. Historically, humans have needed to depend on each other to form communities, families, and friendships to survive. As an example, ancient hunters and gatherers formed teams in order to help each other find food out in the wilderness.
I just love barbecuing with you.
Men are here. We make fire. Cook meat.
Going beyond survival, Maslow's hierarchy of needs includes love and belonging as an essential need for a person's well-being. Humans as social beings crave connectedness and interaction with others in order to feel fulfilled. So what can loneliness do to you if you stay that way for too long? Well, loneliness can negatively affect your physical, mental, and cognitive health overall. Studies show that social isolation can have consequences such as depression, poor sleep quality, weaker immunity, and accelerated cognitive decline. Just to, name a few. There are a lot of lonely people in this world, and to think that loneliness can have such bad consequences on our health is pretty alarming. And unfortunately, this is the loneliest we've ever felt in human history. 33% of humans globally are at alarming levels of loneliness, with Saudi Arabia, Japan, the Netherlands, the USA, and UK all scoring significantly high in recent loneliness statistics. Now, luckily, loneliness is actually very easily handled by talking to someone and being accepted into a community, and nowhere is this as easy to do as the internet. The internet is just this giant open door to millions of people around the world. The internet connected us together at this moment, and it was made to do that for everybody who used it originally. But what if I told you that this is the loneliest the internet has ever been, however, because of the way the internet has been structured and changed over the years? Think of early YouTube, for example. If you asked people their favorite videos or channels at the time, you would usually get similar answers. You get Smosh, PewDiePie, Filthy Frank, Gangnam Style back then, if you remember that. College humor, now known as Dropout. We all had a collective consciousness of what defined YouTube at the time. and who the top creators were, so we could all easily talk about it in and out of the internet. As the online world evolved, however, so did its reach and access to all kinds of people. As a consequence, we were exposed to all kinds of content, sometimes even too much of it. Have you ever opened up any of your social media pages and you're immediately overloaded by all kinds of things? Whether this be updates from your friends, sudden news updates, or just even random reels and memes. It's become normal for us to be exposed to and absorb this all at the same time. Because there's so much going on in all corners of the digital world, it becomes difficult for your brain to filter these things out just as quickly. We end up just sorting the internet out to what triggers our dopamine and eventually use it to dictate how we manage our internet usage. Being constantly plugged in means that we're receiving instant feedback from both friends and strangers. We're able to see, reply, and upload all in real time. This constant connectedness around us may make us more impatient, allowing our brains to be more fueled by instant gratification. There are things we want, and we want it now. And the internet taught us that you can get it now, just log on. The amount of content available on the internet kind of forces us to speedrun it, altering our algorithm to forever consume the same content all over again. Consuming content we want becomes the most important thing for us as we browse, especially in shorter forms of content like on YouTube Shorts and most notoriously TikTok. We eventually disconnect the person and their content. Like, I want you to think about this and think about this real hard and place it in the comments if you can correct me by all means. When was the last time you paid attention to who started a specific trend or to who you're actually watching when it comes to TikTok and Shorts? The trend has become more than the person who started it. Content over creator. Because the human element is removed, people online don't treat other people on it like people. If you just look at the comment section on most apps, people get really mean. The vilest things you'll ever hear about a person and what they make are there the longer you scroll and scroll through something that's popular. In some cases, people have the ability to find out very personal information and outright dox people for it, because they don't see a person and the consequences that would have on the doxed person's life anymore, because they dehumanized them as soon as they saw them as a content creator. As soon as they saw them as content, they were a product that they could just rate and treat however they wanted.
I have diagnosed PTSD from us getting swatted. I'm about to start my stream. I'm pushing the space bar on my computer to get it to turn on, and I see a laser on my hand. And I think to myself, is that like someone playing with a cat toy? And I turn, and now it's on my stomach. And I'm like, and then I look up and all I see are lights, all I see are guns, and I hear the intercom, this LAPD, come out with your hands up.
People have been dehumanized online with these new growing changes to the online platforms we know and love, encouraging this new behavior with their algorithms to keep pushing content over and over that they know we'd prefer or react to. And unfortunately, due to this growing divide, we started to see less of the person behind the things we enjoy and experience online. It's cripplingly lonely when you take the person out of the things that we love. And in part 2 of this analysis, we'll delve into how this has manifested into incredibly depressing coping mechanisms to feel human connection and even go as far as replacing it entirely. Thank you guys for watching part 1 of this series, and I'm very happy that all of us here in PsyPoints are finally working again to create content for all of you. Please comment any topic you'd like for us to tackle next, and please like this video and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate that you're all still here despite the new year, and I hope all of you have a great year ahead, and to always take care of yourselves out there. I hope you all have a great day ahead.